This is Matrix Lord 212, and right now I want to talk about Doctor Who, and I want to talk about Rasalon, and if this is the same Rassilon from the Five Doctors. Now, in the Five Doctors, we see Rassilon. I guess they claim he was dead. His body was laid to rest, but then the ghost talked to the doctors. I believe that with Time Lord technology, uh, that they had um, somehow made him able to talk to different Time Lords from time to time to advise them on different things happening. Excuse me. I think that he was such a great leader that they always kept him around. Now, when the Time Lord started, they needed someone with good leadership to take over. And I think that there was a rule that they can only regenerate 12 times. Excuse me. I think when the Time Lord started, all laws of regeneration limits was canceled because when you're at war, that should not hinder them from winning the war. So if a Time Lord was going to get killed, he can keep regenerating indefinitely and defeat the Daleks and win the war. So I think that they brought Rassilon back to lead them in the Time War. I think also too that they are so arrogant and so nasty, the Time Lords, that even though they hate the Master, it's like a thing where no one else should have the audacity to kill the Master. And being that they were at war with the Daleks, the first person that they stepped in to save was the Master. It's not sure if Rassilon took over uh, Gallifrey and they brought back the Master to spite the Doctor, because it seems to me that there is some type of respect with the Doctor when it comes to the Doctor. He may be one of the first Time Lords, the Doctor, because even in Silver Nemesis they stated that something towards the effect of him being around in the ancient times of Gallifrey, the olden days. I don't think that the Time Lords know who he is, but I think that they're forbidden to find out, so they don't even try. They respect whatever was decreed for them not to look into, and they just don't when it comes to the Doctor's true identity. I think that the Doctor is special in that he did possess the moment where he was able to end the Time War and they could do nothing about it. So they do fear him to an extent. Now, did they bring back Rassilon and the Master to piss off the Doctor? It's possible. Then again, we really don't know that aspect. But another thing is unclear is if when the Master was restored, he said he ran. He ran. He was supposed to be the perfect killing machine to destroy the Daleks, and he ran. Now, did he go into Chameleon Arch, erase his memories, and regenerate into a child? Well, they say that they found him abandoned with nothing on and just the fob watch. So it leads me to believe that you could regenerate into a child, and that's how he was found. Could the same thing be said for Amelia Pond? Was she a Time Lord regenerated into Amelia Pond? Was she the Rani or Romana or somebody like that? Don't know yet. Purely speculation. But I think that the Master, another thing we have to figure out is, did the Master have a new cycle of regenerations? It is unclear if he had tons of regenerations. If he did, why didn't he regenerate when he was decaying and dying? There's also a reason why the Master took the Doctor's hand in the TARDIS. The hand bubbled. Did he get energy from the hand to regenerate? We purely don't know. But it's something to look into. Phone is ringing, sorry. It's something to look into. I think that the Master, just like the 10th Doctor, I think the Master is comfortable in his own skin. He doesn't want to regenerate. I guess after all these times regenerate, there comes a point in time where they feel that that's the right form and they just don't want to give it up. I think that's the case with the 10th Doctor, that he finally felt comfortable in that skin and he just did not want to regenerate. So he tried to do things to find a way not to regenerate, just like in Stolen Earth. That was genius, just to put the energy in the hand. The Time Lords, there's another thing too, that everything is time locked, meaning that no one can interfere in the outcome of the Time War. Yet, someone broke the time lock to allow Dalek Khan to enter the Time War and steal Davros out of there before his ship was destroyed and he was killed. According to the rules of the Time War, if the Time lock is broken, or if someone does that, then I guess there's like a default or something. But I mean, technically, they all should be alive, Time Lords and Daleks, because the Daleks did break the time lock and cheated. We also, going into the Daleks, we have the thing where, no one's really bringing up the fact that in the end of Doomsday, millions and millions of Daleks, along with millions of Cybermen, all went into the Void. When the Void was destroyed, supposedly, the Cybermen ended up in the next Doctor episode. What happened to the millions and millions of Daleks that were in the Void? People will say, oh, the Daleks were destroyed. Well, the Cybermen and the Daleks, alright, they have different armor and everything, but the Daleks are supposed to be way superior than the Cybermen. So if the Cybermen survived going through vortexes and stuff like that, why wouldn't the Daleks? They definitely would. This will lead into a future episodes in Series 7 or 8, I believe. I believe that the Daleks are going to come back, not the Victory Daleks, because they were crap. The Daleks are going to come back in a big way. I think that there is a war with the Silence and the Daleks. And I think that the Daleks need to do some damage in order to keep up with their appearance, keep up with their mantle, their legendary status. They need to destroy, be feared, and not become like a joke. It has to end where they win, and they show the Doctor that, and everybody else. Well, the Doctor knows that they're serious, but they need to show people that, okay, we have a problem. Like these guys are really, they could destroy the universe, they could do whatever. So the Daleks need to come back in a big way, whether it be killing a companion or something like that, because the serious sci-fi being
some type of civil war with the Daleks versus the Daleks, the Centaurs versus Centaurans, the Silurians versus Silurians, the Cybermen versus Cybermen, because there's all new versions of the characters. They all look different, and maybe these are alternate reality versions. When the universe is fixed, we have our versions back. I keep getting off topic, and I apologize, but the main focus was the Time Lords, the regeneration limits, and Master and Rasalon. I do think that Rassilon found a way to get out of the Time War. I think I just subscribed now pointed out that they have the gate, which would heal the planet, I guess, from damage. So I believe that Gallifrey is healed, but just like in Fire's Pompeii, I think that it is lost in fire. If the link is broken and there's no link to go back to its original point, it would be in limbo. It just disappeared, Gallifrey, and it reappeared maybe in an alternate reality, another dimension, it's lost in fire. Gallifrey is not destroyed. The Time Lords are alive. The Daleks from the Void are alive. They're millions somewhere. Davros is somewhere. He time jumped, I'm sure, but he's probably in a spot where, technology isn't just not there. He's waiting to be found. I think the Master, if he isn't in the Time War, he's somewhere in a spot on Earth where, he's just waiting to be found. I think that John Sim should continue to be the Master, just like Anthony Ainley. He should encounter the 11th Doctor, and I think he should be responsible for the 11th Doctor regenerating. I think that they need to show the Master just like pop in unexpectedly at the end of like an episode, and then boom. I want to see David Tennant return in the anniversary. I want to see Donna Noble's memory restored. I think there's so much potential with the Donna Noble character that they are not alluding to. I think that they always hinted at that maybe she might be a Time Lord too. Now, if Willifred was a Time Lord, so is she. She could be Nirani, she could be somebody else. I think that Donna Noble, her memory needs to be restored, her Time Lord consciousness needs to go away, and the character needs to exist, because they kind of feel like cheap and like they copied it from the Second Doctor's companions. I think they need to restore Donna Noble with David Tennant, not the 11th Doctor. I mean, I think the 11th Doctor needs to be there, but I think they need to bring that Donna Noble back, hopefully for the special. I think that they need to recognize Sarah Jane Smith in the special. They have to end it where the character died, but I think that the children need to go on other adventures with another mentor. I think that show Sarah Jane Adventures benefited the kids, and I think that needs to continue on a lighter note. So I hope the Sarah Jane Adventures can continue with some other mentor and always give respect to the character. I do want to see a proper respect to the Brigadier, besides that little thing that they had in Wedding River Song. He was a great character. He deserves like some type of ceremony. But I just hope that, I think that the Time Lords will return. I think Omega will return. And there's a lot of mysteries that still need to be solved, and hopefully Stephen Moffat will solve them pretty quickly. Alright, I'll leave you suggestions below, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Bye-bye.